which really raises the question of why they need another lounge out there, but I don't know. Realistically, at some point, we're probably going to end up putting desks in here. You know how these things go. And then this is going to be for the MAC address team, which is a team now, and not just Jonathan Horst. This is still the server room. Jake has been trying to figure out how to deal with the noise isolation problems that we're having in this room. Basically, we don't have a solution unless, it looks like you're going to propose something awful.
We're going to try to rebuild the wall, if that's even possible.
There's no insulation in that wall, and it doesn't even go all the way up. So if we have servers running in here, the poor social media team who's going to be on the other side is going to end up with tinnitus.
A little bit less social.
Here's the room for the aforementioned social team, though with that transformer that sounds like it's mounted above the ceiling tile, I think the server room might be the least of their concerns in here. This is the worst room in the building, bar none. I'm sure if you told the labs team and procurement and logistics, hey, you guys don't have to work in a warehouse anymore. You get to come into this room. They'd be like, nah, dog, I'm gonna keep my warehouse.
I'll save the sealed tin for later.
Up here, the only real change is that instead of doing the desks like we painstakingly mapped out on the floor with masking tape, we have completely reconfigured the layout, and it's gonna be like L's that face each other, like for Linus Tech Tips. L's.
Actually, that's a T.
All that's up here right now is some leftover stuff that Labs hasn't moved down into their workspace yet, like, just casual RTX 3090s and 4090s sitting around. The amount of gear in this place, it's like gear heaven. This is gonna be my office, couple call rooms, Luke's office, and that's it. Oh, no, it isn't.
It's just gonna be a simple.
Unfortunately, Sam's not here today, so I can't give you guys an exact rundown of everything you're looking at. But the important thing is our head and torso simulator is, oh my God, that's heavy.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch some YouTube, chat with you guys.
Headphones now, yes. You've probably seen some of those results in our videos recently. This is going to be Luke's office, and Sam's going to do all
I'm going to start with Lost Origin.
Isolated chambers. And then we've got a brilliant plan for out here. Now, because of the building code, something, sorry, Andy, we can't wall this in and we can't turn it into office space. This is technically a warehouse mezzanine. But what we can do is we can get those little meeting pod self-contained things and just plonk a bunch of them down here, and after some rough measurements that we actually did today, because that's an idea we came up with while I was here, credit to Jake. Is that your idea? I think so, good idea. We think we can get 2 6-person meeting rooms and like 2 more single or dual person meeting rooms. Now, you guys are probably wondering, how on earth are we doing the networking for all this? Massive shout out Ubiquiti. I think we've got a total of 4 access points in the office and then another 8 out in the warehouse, giving us full Wi-Fi 6 gigahertz. So Wi-Fi 6E coverage absolutely everywhere in this building. It is ripping fast, which you guys will have seen in the most recent update video that I did.
Rosalia.
We're obviously going to have to do some small renos here, just make it look kind of decent before we plunk those meeting rooms down.
Seal.
Put a bunch of foam here.
Maybe some improvements to the lighting. Oh, shout out 8 and 2 for all the like the cable channel that they're providing for the wiring that we're doing.
These are so new.
Over here all the way to the end and like out 4 times or something.
Okay, an uncommon.
Proper networking
colors.
I know, right? Even the outside networking is done properly. We've got these Unify access reader things. Jake always changes my name to stuff. It says the Tech Tips guy himself. And then we've also got their, what are these, Unify 6LR? Yeah, so these long-range access points out here are so we can have great Wi-Fi in the parking lot. No, just kidding. They're because our car chargers, which are there, and there, can all be controlled so that they can be turned off at a certain time at night, so we don't have people just like rolling into our parking lot in the middle of the night, charging their car on our electricity and then leaving. This is a perk for employees, and only employees. MinusMediaGroup.com/jobs. Can we take a moment, with all the good today, to acknowledge what is terrible about this? What were they thinking with this color scheme? You've got brown, brown, other brown, and faded brown.
Yeah, the fading isn't really doing it any favors.
I freaking hate it. Just like I hate not telling you about our sponsor.
Snooze. Having trouble sleeping? Snooze might be able to help you out. Did you know? Because your brain keeps processing sounds when you're sleeping, any unnatural noise could potentially be affecting your sleep quality. Snooze aims to solve that problem with their line of white noise machines.
Okay.
With a real fan built in, Snooze delivers a consistent...
That's about enough of that. Let's watch some MXR plays.
Hello, Jeannie and Henry here. Today we're doing subtle Asian dating for Asian memes and dating memes. Did you know that there's a new airline coming out? A subsidiary of Asian Airlines?
What's it called?
Check it out. They offer some extra special services
they've
that I
gotten
think will
real
be very
spicy as
enticing
of
to certain
late.
people.
Cheaper flights?
Even better, Jeannie.
Henry, what the
It's a service. They go above and beyond.
No.
Look at, they deliver their food in a
let's do
very
another
delicate
Lost
manner
Origin.
because they're in their delicates. Look at how hard they're training and they're working towards this. Aren't you proud of their business model?
See airline?
They always do this on MXR.
Yeah.
That's an anime nerd.
That's too many. Ew.
Oh, he's got moves. My anime waifu's body count 0. Anime waifus, the purest girls of them all, Chini. They never have sex. My dear Rukia is a pure virgin.
What if Rule 34 Rukia existed?
But the amount of people that have nutted to your waifu, now that is a different number. Oh no. How could you do that to her? Look at what she's got instead.
What the heck?
How dare you look at somebody else's
I'll be
upskirt.
honest, her panties don't compare. Yeah.
But they're orange.
It's too big.
Are you a panty expert now?
I'm a woman.
Oh,
Bruh, we're all panty experts.
can men be panty experts?
If you study, yeah.
Okay. She said open, open, open.
Oh, sh!
Ooh,
It's not the first time she got hit in the face with such a huge white look.
Milk, Henry.
Yeah. Hey, where have you been?
Asleep?
For 2 days?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Trying to arrange the alphabet and put you and I together.
There's no need for that when N and O are already together.
I wish there was something between us.
Me too.
Oh, really? Like what?
A wall. How many times does this person need to be shut down?
I've gotten to that age where I see like pickup lines like this. I say, can you imagine like someone like our age using pickup lines like this? Like it stopped like a really long time ago, you know?
And what are you supposed to do?
Speak genuinely and how you truly feel instead of relying on something you found online.
Well, you start.
Well, I didn't experience anything with this person.
No, for me. Go.
Huh? Well, I thought we had a wonderful day today, and I appreciated that you were willing to try all these.
No, I'm gonna go to the guy that said, "Hey, yo, baby, you from heaven? Does your face look like?"
Pokemon
I'm joking.
code for you guys.
Smell my poopy breath.
I like girls with glasses. Look so cute.
Really? From then, she never wears glasses anymore.
So she didn't want anything to do with him.
This is the extent girls will go to rather than just deny the man. This kind of burn hurts more than flat out her being like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just not
Lit
interested."
Leo.
Right?
She's like, ew, guys that look like that
Ghastly,
are
that's
into
cute.
girls with glasses.
Come back.
That's disgusting. I can't have that happen. Asian girlfriends be
ducklet.
like,
I can't finish the rest. Open wide, trash can.
you guys eat
Hisuian.
like one half
Zor-
of the amount of food a man
okay.
eats.
It's rather than the girl first saying, "I can't finish the rest." Henry's like, "You can't finish that
Barnacle.
anyways, right?"
That's the pro to having an Asian girlfriend. Most people think it's like the Yamate Kudasai's, but it's not. All of us men do is be loyal and not lie.
Liar. That in itself is
What?
a lie.
What do you mean?
Baby, are you going to bed?
Luminant,
Yeah, I'm going to sleep
Neon.
right now. All right, good night.
Mirage
League of
Gate.
Legends, let's go. Honey, are you looking up porn? No.
Litwick.
Well, it's worth a shot, Toxic Bibles.
Oh.
We almost got him. Alright, so she's brewing some tea, pours
Sword.
the water in. Let him infuse for 5 minutes if you're weak.
Two rares are
Oh, I get it.
Litwick
Only the
and
true OGs would just
Hyrule.
leave that shit in there for like
did
5
get the-
hours.
I
Those-
actually
these
never
cuts
even
are
knew that you were
horrible.
supposed to take it
A
out.
little off to
Yeah,
the
Henry
side.
just leaves it in for like 2 days, and I'm like,
What
bro,
difference does it make?
bad stuff starts releasing from it because the bag starts disintegrating, and that's not
Yeah.
good for you.
It
Little
just
Leo.
adds extra fiber to the tea.
No, this is when
Mhm.
you're like my mom. They say little fuse for 5 minutes, nah, bitch, 30
Yeah.
seconds, and then you
Not
make
bad.
out of one tea bag, tea for 4. One for dad, one for me, one for Irene, one for herself. One tea bag.
Efficient. Him. I'm gonna wear you out. The wearer outer. Let's get 'em, boys.
It's like, I mean, I'll pack a punch, but I can flop.
Invention of fishnet stockings.
Fisherman 1, help! I got caught in the fishnet.
Fisherman 2, is it me or is Dave looking a little hot?
Fisherman 3. No, Dave is definitely being hot right now. Fisherman 1 is like,
Guys, Tascadeo.
Who else would get their leg in a fishnet other than fishermen?
fish.
Oh, so they saw a mermaid.
No, they just saw a tuna when they get caught in the fish net, but they're like, Zam! When you text her to calm down, and then you spend 15 minutes staring at ...
Don't.
What's Hazana be up to? Let's see. Eating. He's always eating. Alright, back to MXR.
Tell women to calm down. Don't tell them that they're overreacting. That's not the
I'll
right
open
move.
this.
You tell them that
I've
they're
already
right
opened this one.
to feel
Gave
that
away
way.
back to a friend.
Me, I'm into
friend of mine.
polyamory.
Her.
You mean polyamory, right?
Me with multiple swords.
comes-
What? What don't you understand? Like, I like swords, I like shields, I like axes, I like pole arms.
What's the difference from a polearm and a spear?
I like pole arms like girthier. And like at the end of it is like something else, like an axe or something. Come on, I thought you played
It's
Fire
the-
Emblem, Gene.
We played
Whole
it
list
together, bro.
for,
How do I tell my boyfriend that I
Fusion
want
Strike
him
and
to
all that.
scream at me in bed like he's Gordon
So you can
Ramsay?
follow it
And
as
I
a
am
guide
a
and
little
all
chef who
that.
just ruined
That's
a
what
creme
comes in these
brulee.
Just send this.
building
Just
metal
tell him this.
boxes.
This paints a very vivid picture. I think every
Couldn't
man
find, the
understands
booster
this.
bundle
Can you speak to
box
me
though,
like
so
I'm your little chef
my
and
local
you're
shop,
Gordon Ramsay?
You idiot sandwich! You wanker!
Didn't have them in
Good job.
stock, so
Golf! Did I do a good job?
You get on my last nerve. This seems more like a prequel to a murder scene rather than like
Yeah.
a Valentine's thing. Is that like a bloody cake? What is that?
This looks like the last thing you see on the bed before she stabs you in the heart. She's sick and turn.
Is this too much to ask for?
She's my sweet potato.
Yam!
I think it is really adorable if couples who are in their like 70s and 80s, right, are still so in love.
I mean, like, what else are you gonna do at that age? Bang some bitches?
When you go, it's like, it's like nothing comes out because you're like old as fuck. When you and Bae have a disagreement and they call you by your real name,
My name is Bed.
Unacceptable. Genie, Ji
Yeah,
Hyun
here's the
Lee.
sealed
I
deck
told
that
you,
comes
no
in
more
these
snackos.
boxes.
Henry Yi Xiang Yang.
You can't just say my English name followed by my Chinese
Or
name.
is that your
Koryo.
middle name?
No.
What's your
I
middle
don't
name?
have a middle name.
You
Oh,
don't?
that's-
No. Have you ever seen me write a middle name when I ask for it?
I thought it was because you were
It's a
lazy.
promo card. I'll put them with my other promo
Messenger.
cards.
Very
One
bad adder.
star.
Girls always block me whenever I propose them. Please delete
I'll
block
keep this sealed
option
for now.
first. How dare women have the right to block me when I try and
give it
marry
away to
them?
someone
Women
I-
shouldn't have
that needs
choices.
it.
They should just follow what the man wants.
Probably from where he's from, that wouldn't be too far off. You're cutting this out of the video, Henry. That's why I'm saying it really quietly.
Okay, I
Amplify.
got a couple of vintage,
Amplify.
vivid
There.
voltages.
Date a girl who
from,
wears glasses.
same
It's like
series.
dating two girls when she takes them off.
Wash off her makeup and then you dating three
got
girls.
it.
Remove her
blister pack.
Instagram filter, and you get to date 4
Radiance.
girls.
Make her take off
This
her
thing
push-up bra
is
and her butt
sealed,
pads. That's like you're
so
dating 5
It's
girls.
gonna be
Take
a
off her
fresh
clothing. Now you're
one
dating
also.
6 girls. Did I do it right? Did you remove her skin? Tinder, it's a match. You fell
and
in
a
love with
sealed
the
tin.
fish.
We're
What
opening
if
up
that
tonight.
girl actually really did love fish and so she's like, yes.
No, she loves a man that can catch a fish, because it means he's self-sustaining. When the zombie apocalypse
and,
comes, joke's on
one
you.
thing I forgot
He's
to
still
mention,
alive.
you can
'cause
do
he
a
can
media
catch
share
fish.
with me.
So sperm
tip in that.
thinks I will be
If you're
the
using the
one
Brave
sperm
browser,
that
which
will
I'm using
champion
here,
above the others,
you could also
and I'll
tip
reach
through
that
that.
egg, and I'll make a baby, and he'll grow very handsome, and I'll get married.
Oh, he's a tadpole. He's just a frog. And now you sad Pepe. It's okay. You can become an emoji on Twitch.
You can feel special, man.
Being a human is overrated.
It really is.
Sometimes it's just better to be a Twitch emote.
It seems raining for a long time. Take my shirt. I don't want you get wet.
But you could get wet.
No, I have umbrella. Don't worry.
That's still, like, pretty nice. Because he's still sacrificing his shirt. He could
Well,
have not
is
done
that
that,
your
period.
boyfriend or is that just a random dude? Because if I saw like a random lady on the street, you know, I'm not giving her my jacket.
Exactly. You wouldn't give her your umbrella either. That's like.
Yeah, I'd be like,
the
that's
fantasy.
my lady. Now if it's Jeannie, then you know, maybe I'll give her the umbrella. I'm just kidding. When she tells me
might do
not
some
tonight, babe, I
gaming
really took a
tonight.
pounding
I
at
don't
work
know
today.
if I'm up to it.
Oh, you know about this story? She like pounded like 3 cops at her precinct or whatever.
Why?
She's a
They're wilding on
Like,
this
that's her
on this
job?
no,
channel.
she's just a whore. What do you need to know, Jeannie?
Oh, okay.
Because I have feelings for you, I might want to bite you too.
No, I don't bite people I have feelings for.
This poor cat's eyes are so big they're about to fall off his face. Body's 50% eyes.
Maybe this is the mindset Ein has, because Ein has feelings for you.
That sounds very like bestiality.
What are your plans for Valentine's Day?
Me. I'll be in my bedroom making no noise and pretending that I don't exist.
Never realized it in this frame, but goddamn, that's one cheeky link. Sorry, it's so distracting. You'll be making no noise? Are you sure you won't be making some noise?
This computer's gonna be making some noise.
Yeah, like.
All right, one more
You'll
thing.
be watching a great comedy
Yeah,
special.
it's
I
so
comedy
think
you'll
I'll
be
special
unbox
and
clapping.
it's
here.
clapping.
It's one of
We
these.
had one
I've
job.
already unwrapped
you
it. I
will
haven't
marry
opened it.
me.
They're
Opened
not
it.
asking.
There
I
is
love
a
guy
coin
that's
in there,
assertive and
so
knows what he wants. It's not a
That's a
question.
good sign.
He's not saying that it's not a possibility. He knows for sure that he
I
wants
also
me, and
have-
he'll do nothing until he has me. When you tell him to leave you alone, and he pulls you back and does this.
This only works if you're in a relationship with each other and you can tell she's just being dramatic. Otherwise, it's sexual assault and harassment. I was gonna say. However, the line
the
between
love
the
ball
woman being dramatic
also.
and them really meaning
Just
it
took
is
off the
quite
wrapper,
blurry.
haven't opened it,
Remember,
there's
consent
coin
is
in it
everything and
also.
proceed with. Then
This
don't
one
do
is
this.
going to be used
Period.
for
Just don't.
YouTube shorts.
Yeah, I
and
think
that.
you should say this might not work even if you're in a relationship. Not like this only works if you're in a relationship. Like, yes, that is probably the prerequisite to this.
I don't know. For some reason, I don't see that kiss as sexy. I feel like he's trying to suck her soul out like the mentor style. It's kind of scary.
My Daniel landlord flex again.
There's an attractive man here to see you.
Haha, that's John. You can send him back downstairs.
Is John going to be a regular guest?
Well, John's a good friend, but he's gay if that's what you're asking me.
You could get a straight guy here if you learn a good pasta. This Sunday, come upstairs. I'll show you how to make a risotto that'll get you married and out of my basement. Oh my god, he's so lovable. Shout out to the real landlords out there. The ones that are kind, supportive, and care.
The ones who want you out of their house.
Not because like, hey, fuck you, you're a piece of shit. But like a little tiny bird taking off because they've grown up.
All right, let's do the Astral Radiance
He
blister.
wants you to go to a better place.
I had a landlord like that too. She was amazing. She took good care of me, took me out to buy budget furniture, held the door open for me, showed me the ropes. I gave her my bed frame afterwards. Gave me my security deposits back, even though I kind of like flooded the floor and ruined the wood a little bit, but dating a gamer really is the move because instead of flirting with other bitches, they just flirt with their homies in Discord. Is she assuming that all the homies on Discord are dudes?
Okay.
Nowadays, they're actually women out there.
Yeah,
You better
they-
be careful where you send your dude.
Have you seen the gamer girls?
They're after your men.
I'm not trying to kink shame anybody, but
I'm not trying to kink shame anybody, but sloths are literally too lazy to go out and find themselves a mate. So a lot of the times, the female will sit up in her tree and scream until the male hears her and decides to go mate.
Oh,
And
yeah.
honestly, I
I
feel
went and
can I hear a sloth scream?
pre-ordered the new
It's so fucking high pitched.
Violet and
It
Scarlet
actually sounds
booster
like a girl
packs. A
screaming.
whole box
I
of
could be a
36
sloth.
packs.
Us
I've
men, we gotta go out
pre-ordered
there,
that
we
from
gotta study, we
Pokemon
gotta hustle, we
Store,
gotta get a good
Pokemon
paying
Center
job.
Store,
Girl
whatever
just
it
gotta
is, the
sit there.
Canadian version.
Discussing J. Cole's new music with my man.
Also,
J. Cool has a cool line.
Ordered
Don't
some
care
other
if
tins,
it's Michael
they're
B.
on the way
Jordan
this
calling my
week.
girl to she ain't ever
so
gonna pick
there's
up.
a lot of
Made me think of you.
Pokemon.
I'm gonna pick up.
Okay, never mind.
You should check out my YouTube channel if
You know what?
get a
It's
chance.
like it'd be nice if she didn't, but like it's not a requirement.
If you guys are dating, it's a requirement. She doesn't go fuck another guy.
Oh, if Chris Hemsworth called you, then
White
I'm
border,
like, go pick up.
okay.
No.
Here's the
fine.
code.
No.
Just pick up and tell him that Henry said hi.
Oh, okay.
Can I pick up if Alicia Vikander calls me?
Are you gonna go?
No. I'm just gonna say hi, I love your movies. You're a great actor. Thanks for all you do. Keep up the good work. But you know, if this relationship doesn't work out, well, I'm just kidding.
Go for it. Do you know water? Oh, sorry.
Head to Lily.
How did you
Lil.
go from do
Sorry,
you
shut
know
up.
to water?
Don't laugh. Don't.
Statler.
Do you know what else is wet?
Water?
Virgin.
Virgin. Well, he's not wrong. Like,
Potos.
the water in her vagina is currently wet.
Pretty cool art. Cynical.
I'll just stop that video.
For education.
For education.
What are you learning here?
The hentais have penetrated the educational establishments of the youth, Genie.
Feather ball. Oh, I got
What
the
a waste
evolved
of
form.
milk. I'll volunteer to recover that
Energy
for you.
Lotto.
I'm talking from the point of view of an
Glammeow.
average man, right? You guys can
And
help
over.
recover the milk.
Okay.
That's what they're saying. I like.
Oh, okay.
Oh God. It's Genie every morning, except like a lot less fancy. She just gets up, maybe gives me a little kiss, checks her phone.
Tell me what species this is.
Bear.
What the
It's a dog. What do you mean?
He looks like it.
Henry!
He looks like, look at that.
Me being driven to dinner by my husband after I just had a hangry episode directed towards him.
My favorite packs out of
Women and their mood swings.
Sword and
You think
Shield
all
era.
girls are a bit bipolar?
I
It's the
think
fusion
the
strike
issue is
there.
society's definition of bipolar
okay.
and
They
imposing
look
that
cool.
on people and trying to make them think that they have something wrong
Oop.
with them.
It's natural to be bipolar.
No. God! Don't be afraid to call out double
gonna do this
standards,
to
ladies and
next.
gentlemen. So beauty standards for women, 90, 60, 90. But for men, you just gotta be above 180 centimeters. So,
Different beauty standards.
yes, as in, this bitch is a hypocrite. A man can't suddenly be 6 feet, but then at the same time, a girl can't suddenly boom boom.
I feel like girls' clothing like helps them as well. Like girls have crazy tricks, you know, like with skirts and stuff. You know how like they put skirts up to like the belly button now?
Henry,
What?
this skirt is up to right below my chest, baby.
I had no idea that your stomachs were actually underneath your skirts.
Yes.
I legit thought like that's where like your vaginas were. Don't
Try
get
a
fooled,
surprise.
fellas. I learned something I'm teaching
come
you
on,
today.
Henry.
45% of single men admitted they wait up to 4 months to wash their bed sheets, while another 12% said they wash them when they remember, which could be even longer. I think this is pretty normal.
Disgusting.
You're not single, Henry, so you may not comment on this.
What do you mean? Dude, we're even worse, man. When was the last time we
I just said you are not single, and so our situation cannot be said.
No, since we're not single, we should be washing them more often than this. It's okay. I don't mind like our body smell, you know.
Really? I was
Yeah.
gonna wash it today, but since you said you don't mind.
No, G, you can wash it. A married woman who wakes up after 6 is a lazy wife, period. A married woman must wake up before 6, sweep the yard, make breakfast, clean the house, take out the trash bin, cook, and do laundry. When the husband wakes up at 9 or 10, everything must be prepared.
This is no joke, my mom.
Your mom?
Yeah. I mean, we did have a yard, but she would clean the house, take out the trash, do the laundry, cook, make breakfast. My dad wakes up late.
Ah, the good old days of when women knew their place. That kind of stuff like kind of sucks to do, and I don't even blame you if you don't want to do it, because I don't want to do it either.
Someone has to. Kai! I'm just kidding. Babe, why are you jealous? I just went out on a drink with my bro. There were no girls. He and his bro are gay.
No, they're just really good friends. Guys are just like girls. Like occasionally we drink a little too much, we make out with each other, and it's all in good fun, right, guys? We just think like maybe the girls would like to see it, and
Because
film
we
it.
like to see the girls do it, so, you know, equality. I'm all about it.
When she earns 3 times your salary. Oh no,
No
he's
question.
fucking jacked, but he's still her little bitch.
Was it the girl who said, I really want to just wear, like, try on the suit? Or was it the guy who was like, I kind of want to see what a dress is like?
It's the guy. He just wanted an excuse to flaunt his guns. See, because if he wore the suit, how else would people see his bulging biceps? My boyfriend, if you need a hoodie, I'll buy you a hoodie.
Me, but this one smells like you.
Is that why you take our hoodies?
Yep.
Wait, so all we have to do then is like spray like woman's cologne on it and you'll never take our hoodies again. Life hacks.
Woman in my office is going through a breakup, and the work guys chat was trying to think of something nice to do for her. And one of the guys very sincerely said, women like mac and cheese, right? Maybe we can do something with that? Without? Yes! You are absolutely fucking correct.
Bitches love mac and cheese. Bitches also like cupcakes too. Let's do that.
The very fact that he went for the food route, very smart.
Get yourself a guy like this. Okay, lol, I'm still gonna marry you even though you're mean to me. Damn, that period was so unnecessary.
Okay, let's say
You already killed the dude.
if it's a K, Is that acceptable?
You can't just do a single K. It's not allowed. And adding a period to that is just like, you're just going too far at that point, man.
Dude, you do this to everyone. Now that I think about it.
Her, did you bring a condom?
Pretending to check my pockets.
Ah, shoot, babe. Looks like I don't have a condom. See, now I understand this is why women carry condoms. Because you have men like this.
For safety.
They're playing these games because they're horny. And they need to go to horny jail. When you felt like you found someone special, but they stopped texting you back. It's okay, they're now. That's fine.
Probably because it's 5 a.m. and you should both go to bed. Or
And
they
also
might be
you're still
going-
using a flip phone and it's 2023.
Yeah.
Look, they weren't the one. You'll find somebody that'll text you back at all hours of the day, even at 5 a.m., even if you have a Nokia flip phone. Having someone who is very patient and understanding with you, even on your hard days, is my form of a pure love language.
That's really deep. Suck on my titties. I hope you have found someone who speaks the same love language as you.
And sucks on your titties.
What if it's a dude? He
As
still wants you to suck
everybody
on his
everybody
titties.
appreciates when their titties get sucked. Her, any girl would be lucky to have you. Me, okay, do you want to go on a date? Her.
Yeah, before I do this tin thing.
Got you.
I don't think I would say this line to a guy if I had no intention.
What? So if you said that, you
Here's
would
a little
actually go on a
secret.
date with that person?
Well,
I would
it's
give
not
it
a
a shot,
secret.
yeah.
I made
If
a
I
short
genuinely
on,
feel like
YouTube
they
about
are,
it.
you know,
What?
then I would tell them that.
And she's like,
Got
any
this
girl
tin
would be
here.
lucky to have you, except just not me.
That's
Just leave me
it.
alone.
Becomes
Jesus
Here's
Christ.
the thing
I
about
cannot
this
be
tin.
with you, for fuck's sake.
No, boys,
All
yet
Pokemon
I'm
booster
staying
packs.
optimistic.
Whole whack of them
My
here.
milkshake will
So
eventually
I will be
bring
unboxing
one boy to
Pokemon
the
more
yard.
often on
Okay,
stream.
but can you like, you know, come
Probably
up
get
to us
back
and
into
hand us the
gaming.
milkshake instead of just leaving it in
My
the
first
yard
game
like
I'll
that?
try out
But
since
the
I bought
song
it not too
specifically
long ago. I was
said
high on
it
life.
brings all the boys to the yard. So
Maybe
I
tonight,
cannot go up there.
Maybe not.
What kind of psycho is
It's
gonna
just
go
gonna
up
be an
there
easy
and
stream
actually
tonight.
drink that? Dude, that looks like a trap.
I'm shy.
I
Also,
might stream tomorrow. If
What
not,
is he
it'll
doing?
be
she's
Wednesday.
just teething.
What is that? Is that Kirby?
Kirby, yeah, she's just teething. Don't worry about it.
Wait, Kirby's the throat coat? I'm disturbed by Kirby's expressions.
Tri-ship extensions for when you want to romantically yet distinctly suggest she fillets your skin. Don't use your words and kill the moment like some sort of fucking brainiac. Humps, won't thou suckish my dong? In Shakespeare? Instead, gently guide her down like an interpretive dance move. Once down there, it will be like a one-piece puzzle that she solves with a mouth. Bitches love solving puzzles.
Bitches love solving puzzles. He's right. Bitches do love solving puzzles. The girls used to love playing like Candy Crush back in high school, you know? So yeah, every girl's like favorite game.
They're fun. They stimulate your mind.
I feel like girls are just better at solving puzzles. Like, I don't know why. Like, you and Kai are both better puzzle solvers, or maybe I'm just stupid. But at least as a guy, I now know what to do. Just tricep push down. My husband just walked in, told the dog how cute he is and how much he loves him, held his face in his hands, stared into his eyes, and gave him forehead kisses, then left the room. I'm sitting right next to the dog.
It's the
You do the same
dog.
thing.
Dude, yeah, if your husband was right there and the dog's right there, you would go for the dog.
Maybe if you looked as cute as the dog, you know, you might get the same treatment.
If you were, you also were furry and white and have big
And fluffy.
and fluffy.
She gets out of the shower. She drops her towel. She tells you to take your pants off.
I feel like my mom did this too.
She drops her towel
No,
in
like
front of you.
no. You know what's weird is that my mom comes out of the shower and for some reason she's like, "That's the perfect time to do laundry."
That's the perfect time to bang.
When she says she's not mad at you.
No.
Is he scared?
I don't know.
Babe, are you sure you're not mad?
Not hungry.
Babe,
The camera would be
He's looking at me,
further
babe.
out.
Yeah.
The
Dude,
scanner
I
here.
don't know why, but
But
the
I got a very
guy's
shallow
motions
desk.
also seem like a boyfriend who doesn't know what to do when he does see her, and
Yeah.
he's just like,
he's like, I don't know what to do.
guys be like, she's playing hard to get.
Okay.
Like, bro, you're playing hard to get rid of.
But aren't like some girls like they want you to like try super hard to prove that you're actually in love?
Yes.
And
Because
so-
they say that the instant you give in to a guy, then and if you make it too easy, then he's gonna get bored and leave.
I'm loving these Twitter usernames, man.
Annabelle.
Annabelle bitch.
An Eve coin.
God damn, that's terrifying. Why?
An EV
Isn't
coin. My
Annabelle
bad.
the creepy doll.
Yeah, it's a creepy doll, but she's
I
kind of
grew
like
up in the
slutty
time
looking.
of
My girlfriend complained
Pokemon
that
Blue
her fries weren't
and Red.
curly enough, so I gave her my curliest fry.
I
She
played
was so
Gold
happy you
and
would thought I
Silver
pulled out a
and
ring and
Crystal
proposed.
2.
Girls are more simple than we were, let's believe.
And a bit of
Girls
leaf green and
appreciate
fire
small
red.
gestures of kindness
And
that
I
show
think
that you
Emerald at
care,
one
and that
point.
you're a compassionate,
These
empathetic
newer
human
ones are
being.
really,
Right,
really
Jeannie?
cool. Though.
Yes.
Telling a story to girlfriend.
Her. You never told me that before.
Me, I thought I did.
Her. Must have been your other
Holy
girlfriend!
shit. Who are you? Are you the prophet? Are you Muhammad?
Science is so fake. They say the sun is the hottest thing. But
Evolving
obviously it's
skies.
you.
Nice.
This was like, you know, where Tom Riddle's diary, and
Chilling
then that's the
rain.
words that show up.
Okay.
I'll stab the shit out of you.
I feel like this is the easiest way to tell if a meme was made by a girl, because it's always like inside of a diary for whatever reason. Like, it's never
You know
really-
what's funny?
Sword and
What?
Shield Fusion
It hurts.
Shop.
It
Favorite
actually
packs.
hurts. I'm just like, why? Why would you do this to me? Sometimes the person you want
I'm gonna
isn't
save these
most,
two for
isn't
later.
You want the it.
Brain slowly melting.
This is the kid.
You ever have a
Okay.
dream where you should not
You know what?
I get it though. Sometimes the person you want most isn't what you need.
That's not what it said. It said you want isn't most of the you need. What the want is the is. What?
Like, he had a stroke mid typing, but like I know what he was trying to say. I don't have a gag reflex.
I wouldn't reach that far anyways.
Damn it. Now I don't have a gag reflex for no reason.
So
And that was all I brought to the table. You attract what you fear. Ah, a kiss on the forehead. Ah.
healthy relationship. And then like you Becky over there. Big dicks. Ah.
You guys, gag reflex. Or sorry, no gag reflex. When your girlfriend is about to catch an attitude.
Hey, no, don't do that. 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 You ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta do that. Don't do that.
I don't
Henry,
think it's-
why do you not exit as a Kirby one? Every time we open it, I'm like, it's throwing my mind off.
I don't think it's possible to stop it.
Okay,
He's
let's
just
see the
delaying the inevitable.
Trick or treat
No,
cards.
he's giving her a hug.
The next time I'll
Got
just
these
give you a
on
hug.
Amazon.
Well, he does more than that. He like lifts her up with his
Okay,
big
I'll lift
beefy
you up,
arms.
too.
He can't
There
do
were
that.
I
some
can do it.
cases of resealing, but
You
I
didn't
checked
lift
all
me
these
up.
packs.
A
they're not
relationship should be
resealed.
50-50. I steal his hoodies, he steals my ability to walk the next day. How does he do that?
He literally breaks her.
Is he like a baseball player? Like he has a bat and he just like...
Just,
Is he an Italian mobster?
yeah, that guy right there, gentlemen.
When I found out my
Ganger.
ex cheated, the girl finally told me. I laid in bed with him, told him how much I loved him,
Antenna.
and slowly went through our time together, reminding him of
Peekaboo.
everything I did
What?
for him. And at the end, I said, "But you cheated on me, so it's over."
Okay,
Got up and
cool.
walked out.
Damn.
Get him, girl.
I would not want to be anywhere near there or remember all those because like going through all that would hurt me more than that trash piece of shit.
Women on dates love to ask, "Okay, so what's wrong with you? Why are you single?"
Babe, you're on the same date. What the fuck's wrong with you? No, you don't need to ask what's wrong with her because if she asks you that, that is what's wrong with her.
She's projecting there's something terribly wrong with her, so she assumes there's something terribly wrong with you. I'd be like, communication is the key. Then put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Everybody wants some communication, but ain't nobody
Chandelier.
ready to give it.
Not Henry. Henry is like to all
Lampet.
his workers. Message.
Murkrow.
Talk to me.
Okay.
I'm lonely.
I miss you.
I miss you more.
You're my only girl.
I got a couple of dudes, but you're my favorite.
Huh.
Well, maybe she means like her dad and her brother, but you're her favorite.
Marriage is work. Staying with the same person for 50 years is work. Staying with the same person for 65 years, that's work. That's not just love, that's work. Love works. True love will work. True love will make you work on yourself. It will make you work on your relationship. It will make you work on your communication style. It will make you work on your tone. It will make you work on being home on time. It will make...
Amen, brother, amen. You're gonna skip that? That
Huh?
was so fucking deep.
Oh, yeah. Amen. Marriage is hard work. I think a lot of husbands would know that for a fact. Don't block your ex. Become such a disaster online that everyone makes fun of them for dating you.
How about just get over your ex?
Alright, that's it for Subtle Asian Dating. Smash that like if you want to volunteer to recover that milk. We'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Okay, I think I know the trick to this. Okay, these are slightly bent because of the way that they were packaged. Plus, there's only three in a pack, okay. Pikachu, Nickit. A Gourgeist. Okay, cool. Ow. Oh, yeah. I've been watching Real Breaking Nate as of late. The reason why I'm getting into Pokemon is because I've always wanted Pokemon cards when I was younger. Parents couldn't afford them. So I went and decided, hey, I'm an adult now. Let's feed my need for a bit of fun. Plus I got a nice new binder that holds 560 cards also. Okay, 1, 2. Another Pikachu, okay. Ghastly. Ooh, Mewtwo. Slightly bent, that's fine. That is cool. Next one will be
So then after this is over, she's like, wow, y'all did it, congratulations. Now let's start extra.
some Tanya. Yeah, these ones are bent slightly like this. The other ones are like this. Okay. Zubat. Poltegeist. Another Gengar. Okay. We'll do more Halloween packs after. Let's get into this video.
Y'all got 48 hours to get your asses to the camp. So quit looking at me stupid and get the stepping.
Is this nigga serious?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time to return to the round table of Black Air Force activity because a new challenger has approached to be judged and to take their rightful seat at this sacred table of demons. And it's none other than this sweet, innocent little... Bro, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat this shit. The literal spawn of Satan, Tanya von der Gurchov. This ain't no damn little girl. This is a demon child, a warmonger, a tyrant. This is pure evil in mortal form. Like, I think I seen this video all the way back with like truck. What was that, like a year ago? Like Jesus. But y'all already know we got the evidence on deck. And it is finally time to observe the Isekai demon. So, without further ado, Exhibit A. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Exhibit A, the origins of a demon. So we start off in 2013. Meet Tanya.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, this Jeff Bezos ass businessman is Tanya. So as we can see, bro is laying off this guy right here. Bro said, listen, you ain't clocking in on time, you do subpar work, and you lazy as hell, so you fired. Yeah? But bro's like, please, I have a family. But then he says, is that supposed to be my problem? You see, if you wasn't doing some shitty ass work, you wouldn't be in this situation right now. So get out of my face.
Oh my God.
So later on, while homie is at the train station, he ends up getting pushed into the tracks by the dude that got let off. And then he appeared once more.
Raccoon turned into Tranquil.
Look at me, I'm a train. What, y'all thought y'all would never see me again after what the Tokyo Revengers did?
All the live reactions to this on YouTube get censored big time. So on Twitch here, I'll stream the full thing. I don't know if I'll get moderated or silenced with the stream and that.
So homie ended up getting reincarnated into Tanya. And now bro really in the trenches. So Tanya had a plan.
All
she
the
said,
videos that I'm
I'll
showing
just
in
join
here,
the military.
all
So
credit
she
goes
ended
to
up
the
rising through the
creators. I
ranks
don't
pretty
take
fast
any credit
because
for
she
this
has
shit.
the conscience of a 40-year-old man. So she ended up becoming a drill sergeant. So she like,
Really,
I
really
listen to
fun to watch.
up. You listen to everything I say. If you disobey me, I will not hesitate to put my foot up your ass. If you disobey me again, I will put a bullet in your motherfucking skull. Am I clear, nigga? Question, can I go to the bathroom? Sure, you can go to the bathroom. You know what? You could do it right now for everybody to see.
Oh my God.
So obviously,
those are
they're
the type
taking
of
this as a
comments
joke
that
because they
he's
think that, oh, this is just a little
way
girl.
out of hand
But
now.
dear God, they would learn. Because later on in the day, an explosion ends up happening. And she blasted these niggas out of the classroom. So then she walks up and she's like, look at y'all on the ground, ass tooted up like a bitch. So then bro tried to hit her, but then she just slapped him. Then she says, didn't I tell you if you disobey me, I will put a bullet in your skull? Looks like your brains need to be rearranged because you can't follow orders for shit. But then dog has to stop. He's like, hello, chill. So after this incident, they ended up sending her on this recon mission. So she ends up finding some enemies, so she calls an artillery strike on them. So while they're getting bombed, she's just watching them, and she's like, look at them, running around like ants. Pathetic. They deserve to die. But while she's doing this, she ends up getting attacked. So she's like, hey, cuz, I need reinforcements. But then they say, sorry, but we ain't got no reinforcements right now.
This anime was really good.
on your own. Delay the enemy till then.
I watched it from start to finish
Hey,
in
look at this,
one
she like,
day.
Hell no.
Great
This
story.
need to die.
Makes you want
But
more.
then she just starts losing it. She like, well, fuck. Looks like we on pack watch tonight. So she blitzes them and starts blasting. Oh my God, she blew up his arms. But then she ends up running out of ammo, so she's like, looks like I have to improvise. So she sucks this nigga. Then she grabs homie from behind and she's like, do you want to go boom boom? Oh, shit.
Overkill.
Oh my God, she killed all of them. And look at her fall and she's like, pussies. So after that shenanigans, she ended up getting an award. And now they done put her on the front lines. So she starts fighting this company right here and she just starts going ballistic. So then she blitzes these dudes and cuts homie's head clean off with a ginormous smile on her face. So she's just clapping them. So then she flies all the way up and starts talking to them. Attention, you are on Imperial grounds. This is our land, so f off with that busted ass hockey puck on your head. So obviously they don't listen. So they just start shooting at her, but she just eats it. So she's like, so uncivilized. Well, time to pull out the aimbot.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Speed.
Oh, shit.
So she ends up nuking them. So after the shot, she's like, God damn, your packs hit hard as shit. Now, please surrender and, Lieutenant, I think they're
Lost
dead.
Origin. Another one of those info
So
sheets.
after this, Tanya ended up having a run-in with these two soldiers.
Actual
So these
deck
dudes
again.
end up trying to go take out the artillery, but that's not their orders. So Tanya's like, yo, the f y'all doing, man? That is not my orders. Get y'all asses back here. But they didn't listen and did it anyways. So later on when they get back to camp, she calls them in and she says, all right, y'all niggas going home. You can't listen to orders. I ain't got no patience for somebody that can't do their job. But they like, hell no, I'm playing work. So then she just looks at him and says, so are you saying that you're disobeying me? So you're saying I should kill you niggas right here? But Victoria ends up stopping her. So she's like, fine, f out of my face. But don't think y'all getting
Hopefully
off
I
light.
get some
So after
really
this,
cool
those two
enemies,
ended
like
up
a
getting
V
stationed at the rear
card or something
because
like that.
Tanya sent them there. So some days end up passing. So they end up getting a report saying that those two dudes, Kirsten Hald, are dead. They ended up getting hit by a random shell. So Victoria goes and tells
That's some
Tanya,
nastiness.
yo, Kirsten Hall, they're dead. And she's like, yeah, I know. So she's like, wait, what? Then Tanya says, that pillbox is very exposed and is an easy target for artillery fire.
Another
Don't
code
you
for
think?
you guys.
So then she realizes, oh my God, Lieutenant, did you send them niggas to die?
I'm going to save the rest of the codes for YouTube. I'm going to hand out
Oh no, bro. She
3 more
sent them
codes,
to their
and then
death
the rest
because
go to
she
YouTube.
knew that place was gonna get attacked. She said, I am the judge, jury, and executioner. Oh nah. I can honest to God
Yeah,
in
this
this
anime
trial
is so
right here just
brutal.
off of that. But this is just the beginning. It gets
Slugma,
10 times
Fairy,
worse. So yeah, that was Exhibit A, and it's time to move on to
Ipom,
Exhibit
Spinnerack,
B.
Litwick.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Energy,
I now present to you Exhibit B.
I
War
remember when
Crimes.
Lickitung
So
was
Tanya
its
ends
own
up getting
card
permission from the generals
before
to
the
have a
babies
special
and all
battalion
that kind of stuff.
all to herself. So they give her a month to train them. So at the training ground, she ends up
Relic
blowing up the entire place.
Ooh.
So she's like,
Oh.
wake up, bitches.
Trainer
it's
gallery,
time
I
for
think.
target practice.
Yeah,
But now for
trainer
y'all, for
gallery
me.
1.
So hope y'all can survive
One
for
of 30.
36 hours. So she
1
ends up
second.
shooting up a bunch of duds. Well, then one ends up blowing up. So she's like, oh, I
don't know
forgot.
what these
I
cards are
accidentally
worth
added
either,
some live
so-
shows in there too. So, good luck.
be,
So this ends up
finding
going
out
for
prices after.
36 hours. A
Yeah,
whole
that's
day and a
awesome
half. So then after this is over,
episode.
she's like, wow, y'all did it. Congratulations. Now let's start exercise 2. Y'all got 48 hours to get your asses to the camp. So quit looking at me stupid and get to stepping.
Is this nigga serious?
So she made them
else did I get
track
here?
all the way through the
A
freezing
Mimikyu.
cold
That
and
is a
through
cute
enemy
Pokemon.
territory to the new camp. So then they also ended up getting hit
I'm
by
going
an
to get the
avalanche.
new
So she
Mimikyu
just
box
standing
when it
over him
comes
like,
out.
wow, y'all some
Get a couple of
bums.
them in that.
So bro
when,
right here is knocked
Scarlet-
out. So
Violet
she
and Scarlet
flies
comes out.
over to him and kicks the shit out of him. Then she just picks up dude right here and she's like, God damn, y'all sorry as shit. So about a month later, their training arc finally completes. And look at her, she's like, I wish some of y'all died. But oh well, congratulations. You are no longer bitches. So let's go catch some bodies. So they end up fighting this one country called Dacia. So while they lighten them up, Tanya's just looking down on them like, wow, they are pathetic. What
Yeah,
are they
I might
doing?
actually get
the
these-
fuck
some
are
of
they? The
these,
British in the
graded.
Revolutionary War? They're lining up in a line. Nigga, this ain't 1776. So later on, they end up finding their base. So she lands and she's like, greetings, welcome to the fatherland.
I'll be right
What is the
back.
purpose of your visit? Do you have your visas? Because if not, we're going to have to deport your asses. Body bags included. So they start shooting at her and she says, so uncivilized. Kill them. Kill them now. So then after this, she's like, all right, y'all want to have some fun? Let's go to their capital and blow that sky high. So that night, they end up pulling up to their capital. So they end up giving Tanya the megaphone, and she's like,
Greetings, everybody. It is my job to inform you that we are about to blow your shit sky f***ing high. This is your only warning.
all right, kill them niggas. So they end up just blowing up the place. Good God. So after this, they end up having another battle. So in this one, she said, just so y'all know, I cancel reinforcements. I need to know if y'all got that dog in y'all. So then these bombers end up pulling up. She's like, yes, time for some action. So then she ends up jumping on the plane. Then she says, greetings and goodbye. I'm gonna just leave this right here if y'all don't mind.
Oh, shit!
So then the other planes start retreating. So she's like, where do y'all think y'all going? Allow me to show you the latest and greatest aimbot installed by German super science. So she shoots it and oh my God, that is the most broken ass I have ever seen. Nah, that aimbot is out of control. That rivals Roberta's. Instead of phase, nah, I'm taking us for a throwback. Optic Tanya, nigga. So then she goes down to inspect the plane. But then time stops and you know who starts speaking to her again.
Yo, what's good, little nigga? You like the wood I sent you to? Send your ass back to World War I so you can dig yourself out the trenches. Literally. That's why I sent your ass to trench warfare, nigga.
But then she ends up shooting him. She's like, dog, I ain't got time for your bamboozled ass shenanigans today. So then about a minute later, she finds this cabin. So then she says,
Oh my God.
should have been stationary in a whack-ass wooden building. So then after this, Tanya ends up committing one of the most awful war crimes ever. So a resistance was forming in the Republic territory that they took over. So Tanya's crew pulls up and they try to ambush them, but this did not go well at all because she ended up bodying them. So after they crush this entire resistance, she ends up telling them, yo, all y'all better surrender now. But obviously they don't. So this one Imperial guy ended up running out, but they ended up shooting. But Tanya was recording the entire time, just waiting for them to slip up and take the bait. So that gave her the permission to wipe out the entire town. So she ordered an artillery strike on the entire place and just destroyed everything. Homes, civilians, it didn't matter. Everything was just getting blown up. So hours later, after the barrage finally ends, they end up getting orders to take out the remaining mages. But the thing is, the mages are by a bunch of civilians trying to evacuate. But Tanya's like, I don't care, an order's an order. So bro right here comes in and he tries to stop her. He's like, yo, this is just morally wrong. This is terrible. But she's like, an enemy is an enemy. Look at all them civilians right there. You think that some of them ain't gonna turn into soldiers one day? Oh, buddy, you best believe they are. Woman, kid, it don't matter. So then she smacks homie and puts him on the ground. So then she puts the gun on the ground and she says, so what's it gonna be? You or them? You can follow orders, can't you? So do it! And let's just say, that was a very dark day. So yeah, that was Exhibit B, and it is finally time for our final exhibit, Exhibit C. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have finally reached our final exhibit, Exhibit C, tearing apart a family. Meet Colonel Sue, a colonel from the U.S., like literally homeboys from Arkansas. So his daughter ends up giving him this gun, and this is very important. So later on, they end up having this battle with Tanya, and Tanya and them fucking them up, I ain't gonna lie. Colonel Sue's forces are dropping like flies. So then he sees Tanya and he starts having PTSD. He's like, wait a minute. I remember you. You're that little girl that took out my whole squad that one day. Swear to God, I'ma kill your ass. So he ends up rushing her, but she just stabs the life out of this man. So she looks at him and she's like, wait a minute. Haven't I seen you before? Well, it really don't matter. Yeah. You're a side character. I'll be taking that gun. So she kills him and leaves him for dead. Or so we thought, because bro was still alive. He somehow tanked it. He tanked it with the power of God. So about a week later, while they on another mission, bro comes back. And look at him, he's dripped out with an eye patch now. So he start going crazy. He got the trench gun and everything. Bro is not playing games. So when he ends up getting close, she kicks a gun out of his hand and pulls out the attack knife. So she stabs him and she's like, yeah, how you like that, big boy? But bro ate the knife and he's about to explode himself. But the little old duckling ended up coming and saving her. So then she pulls out his gun and she's like, say goodnight, motherfucker. So she ended up dumping the whole mag in his ass. Then bro had no choice, so he just blew himself up after that. And look at her coughing. Back watch, nigga. Rip Bozo, you won't be missed. Appreciate the new gun. Go. So after she offed him, his daughter, the person that gave him that gun, Mary Sue, ended up enlisting to avenge her father. And dear God, her name is Mary Sue for a reason. Because she is a literal Mary Sue. She is broken. She's got the power of Jesus and Tanya's power on crack. So Tanya gets sent off to this country that's basically Russian. Feel thick. So she gives him the mission briefing. So Victoria asks her, yo, are we permitted to defend ourselves or what? And she says, they're communist. Blow the shit out of them. So they get to Moscow, and she's like, all right, y'all know what to do, light this bitch up. So they just start wreaking havoc and blowing up everything. Then she saw this statue and said, I don't like that shit, tear that shit down. So then after they destroy the place, she's like, that looks way much better. I should invest in real estate here now. So then after this, they do one of the most absolutely disrespectful things I've ever seen. They plant their flag on their capital and starts to sing their national anthem while shooting a music video. Oh, nah, bro. Who in their right mind would think of this? This is a hostile takeover on another level. She disrespecting them in they hood. So then here come old Mary Sue, coconut head ass. So Tanya says, my God, you are a bother. Here, eat my empty mag. So then she gut checks her. And then Mary Sue's like, wait a minute. Isn't this the gun that I bought my dad? Oh, nah, this was the that killed my dad. So then Tanya just starts lighting her up with her own gun that she bought her dad. And she put her ass out of commission. So then a couple days pass at another battle and Mary ends up pulling up again. So they start fighting. So Mary's like, you stupid little nigga, you killed my papa. And Tanya's like, do you think I care? Not my problem, bitch. Okay. So Tanya ends up just straight up nuking. So she goes down to see if she's still alive. And she starts walking out that hole like the Terminator. She said, bitch, you best know I'm from Arkansas. I'm a Razorback, nigga. So she ends up socking Tanya and sends her into the spin cycle. And she's looking at her like, I waited for this day so goddamn long. So she just starts beating her. Mickey, Munga, get your ass up, girl. So then after she finishes beating the life out of Tanya, she starts looking at this angel and she's like, yes, praise God. But Tanya ends up throwing a knife in her. So she tries to attack her, but she
I like the set loss.
Then she said, you uncivilized animal. Tell your daddy I said hello. Oh my God, bro. She is just
Mimikyu
different.
Is going to be
the dad and the daughter?
It's my favorite looking.
But right before she's about to finish her off, homeboy ended up coming in and saving her. Ooh, she got lucky. And look at her, she's like
sad and very cute.
Should have domed her ass. All right, I've seen enough. Sit down. This is just demonic. The war crimes committed, killing your own men, literally traumatizing Mary Sue, as well as killing her father with a gun that she gave him, as well as cussing out God on multiple occasions. This is truly the spawn of Satan. So yeah, that's another episode down. So hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure to follow your boy on IG and Twitter. Sub to the second channel and
do that. Do that for him. Sub and all that kind of stuff. Let's watch some Brian Tyler Cohen now.
Kratz, Ben Wickler. Ben, thanks for coming back on.
Great to be back with you, Brian.
So we just had a big primary election in the state of Wisconsin for the state Supreme Court. This has been called the biggest race that nobody's ever heard about. Can you explain why?
So nobody's ever heard about it because it is a state Supreme Court race in April of an off year, supposedly 2023. Normally, this kind of stuff is a total snooze fest, but it's the biggest election because this race will tip the balance of power in the highest court in the state that tips the balance of power in the U.S. Electoral College, potentially in the House, potentially in the Senate. Wisconsin is the must-win state. It's the most closely divided state in the U.S. And the Supreme Court makes decisions on questions like gerrymandering, questions around voting rights, and especially for Wisconsinites, this is a huge deal. The question of whether abortion should be criminally banned or not. And this race will determine all of those things.
That's cute.
That's why it's the biggest race, because everything's on the line. And now folks watching this have heard about it. Thank goodness.
Can you speak a little bit about Dan Kelly, the conservative in this race?
He's almost a cartoon villain. So Dan Kelly is the Republican, it's officially nonpartisan. When I say he's a Republican, I mean he literally worked for the Republican Party of Wisconsin as their paid advisor on quote unquote election integrity and helped talk to them about the fake elector scheme that Donald Trump put through. He is like the definition of ultra mega. He is backed by Leonard Leo, the Federalist Society supervillain who bankrolled and engineered the right-wing takeover of the U.S. Supreme Court and the overturning of Roe versus Wade. Dan Kelly is his guy. He's now also getting tons of support from the biggest Republican donors in the country, Richard and Liz Uihlein, who were the biggest funders of Stop the Steal. They're like the Koch brothers, but worse. So that's who Dan Kelly's friends are, and he is running basically to ensure that the Republican Party of Wisconsin, the Trump team, the far right, has a hammerlock on deciding what the law should be in our state. One thing that is particularly, I don't know if you want to say ironic or amusing, is that he's accusing his opponent of prejudging cases because she talks about what her values are. His whole thing is that he is a right-wing foot soldier, Federalist Society goon. And we know exactly how he'd rule on everything because he's been talking about it and writing about it and doing it for every year he's been a lawyer.
Yeah, and we do also have some samplings of rulings that he has passed down, and none of them stray in any way far from Republican dogma here. So one of the issues that's most important for me is just the issue of fair maps and election integrity, but in the actual sense, not the perverted Republican sense. But what would it mean for maps in Wisconsin if Dan Kelly's elected?
So Wisconsin is currently in a doom loop, and what I mean is, Republicans in the state legislature have drawn gerrymandered maps to ensure that they'll be reelected. Every 10 years, there's a redistricting process, and what's supposed to happen is that the legislature proposes maps, the governor can accept or veto them. Okay. If they're vetoed, then you go to a court, and the court is supposed to kind of choose something that's a fair compromise. But in Wisconsin, unlike every other state, after Republicans in the legislature proposed their gerrymandered rigged maps, and our Democratic governor, Tony Evers, vetoed those maps, the state Supreme Court just chose the Republicans' maps. So there's no way that voters could ever throw the bastards out. As the saying goes, there's no path for voters to say, hey, the Republicans have been screwing it up, let's elect Democrats for a change. Because the maps are so rigged that even in a year like 2022, when Democrats won the governor's race by 3.4 percentage points, Republicans came within a hair's breadth of supermajorities, 2/3 of all the seats in the state legislature.
And by the way, that's a foundational issue because then not having representative maps affects every other issue that we care about. And one of those issues is abortion.
What is the
Can you
point
talk
of
about
that?
the implications of abortion in the state of Wisconsin if Dan Kelly were to win?
So when Roe versus Wade was overturned, a lot of Wisconsinites suddenly found out that in the year 1849, the state legislature, before women had the right to vote, before the invention of modern medicine, the state legislature had banned abortion in almost all cases. No exceptions in cases of rape or incest. The abortion ban starts at 0 weeks. And the question is that law now in effect? And that question will come to the state Supreme Court. And if Dan Kelly's reelected, he will say, absolutely, that should be in effect. And we know that because all the people who are backing that ban have endorsed him in this race. There's zero question whatsoever. So if you want doctors thrown in jail for providing abortion care in Wisconsin, Dan Kelly is your guy. If you don't, we have to defeat him.
Now, if this race goes in conservatives' favor, when is the next time that we would have a shot at retaking the majority on this court?
This is a grim question. So the short answer, which is misleadingly optimistic, is that the soonest chance we'd get would be in the spring of 2026. That's the next time a conservative justice is up for re-election. But the reality is that when someone's elected to the state Supreme Court as opposed to appointed, they almost never lose re-election. There are 3 justices in the last 70 years who have lost an election for state Supreme Court while being on the bench, but all 3 of them were appointed. In other words, when you have an open seat like this, whoever wins this election is probably on until they retire. And there are no other Republican justices who are giving any signal that they plan to retire anytime soon. This might be our only chance for the foreseeable future to flip the balance on the state Supreme Court, and this is the only path to end the doom loop of total Republican control over laws in the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah. By the way, I will be stealing the word doom loop. I think that is the perfect encapsulation of what we're in right now. Ben, Ron Johnson won his Senate seat in 2022. There's obviously a contingent of Wisconsin voters who can turn out to elect a Republican. How do you plan on making sure that that electorate doesn't show up to elect Dan Kelly?
The thing about Supreme Court races in Wisconsin is the turnout is vastly, vastly lower in these spring elections than it is in the fall. What that means is that even if turnout is high by historic standards, it can still be like half of what we saw in the fall of 2022. And that means there are hundreds of thousands of Democrats who share progressive values, who do not want a total abortion ban, who think we should be a democracy, who probably won't vote unless someone calls them or knocks on their door and makes sure they know the stakes in this election. And that is the core of our strategy. It's to out-message and out-organize the other side, to make sure that people know the stakes and the issues and know that they've got to stop Dan Kelly and vote for Janet Protasiewicz for Wisconsin State Supreme Court.
And just as a quick aside, why do we have elections in April of an off year? Does this have, a lot? You hear a lot about these elections in Georgia and whatnot, where they have like racist histories behind them. Is that why we have this random election like so far off the beaten path of when we would normally have elections? And as a follow-up to that, if so, if this was an effort, by conservatives, like a long-standing effort by conservatives to win these races, if they lose, is there any hope that we can then consolidate them into fall elections when there's a normal turnout?
So the origin of spring elections, nonpartisan local elections in Wisconsin is back in 1910. There was a bill passed in 1912, I should say, where the Democrats and the Republicans got worried that the socialists were doing really well. And they didn't want socialists to be able to win elections, and they thought that the Socialist Party had this advantage that people thought it was great. So they got together and they decided to move the local elections for offices like mayor, for judicial elections, for city council, school boards, to the spring instead of the fall. The other way of reading that history is that they said they didn't want big city partisan machines to control what would happen in these local elections. It seemed like it was a plot against the socialists. And that's been the tradition ever since. So this goes back for more than a century, and it does mean that a smaller number of people makes the decisions over the government that is closest to the people, local governments, and these incredibly powerful judicial roles. We've got to treat this, though, like it's the presidential election of the century, because the stakes are vast.
So can you speak a little bit on Janet Protasiewicz? Why should people turn out to vote for her?
The two candidates in this race, Dan Kelly on the right and Janet Protasiewicz on the, I guess, middle left, pretty much everywhere common sense prevails.
This feels
She's a lifelong public servant. She is not a partisan operative the way that Dan Kelly is. Dan Kelly became semi-famous in Wisconsin because he's the guy who defended Scott Walker's gerrymandered maps in court in 2011. That's how he made his bones and got appointed to the state Supreme Court by Scott Walker in 2016. During that time, Janet Protasiewicz was first an assistant district attorney in Milwaukee prosecuting serious crimes, and then a circuit court judge. She's somebody who has been just trying to serve the public and make our system of justice work for folks. You can't, she's somebody who will look at the law, look at the Constitution, and rule fairly and impartially. And what that means is things could change a lot because we haven't had that kind of majority on our state Supreme Court for a long time. You could call her progressive. Her values are certainly very progressive. But what she brings to the bench is a focus on the Constitution and the rule of law rather than carrying water for right-wing mega-billionaires intent on destroying freedom and democracy in our country.
Perfectly put. Ben, what do you think the biggest obstacle is going to be in terms of winning this race?
The thing that I'm most concerned about is the wall of special interest Republican money that will come flooding into our state. We already know their playbook because it's the playbook they used against Mandela Barnes. It's the playbook that they've used in other Supreme Court races that they've won, like 2019. It's what they're already doing with ads that they're running right now as you're watching this. It is to incite fear. It is to cherry pick cases and put up images, usually of black people who are convicted of serious crimes, and talk about how the progressive candidate let them off too easy. It is trying to use racialized fear to polarize an electorate in a state that is overwhelmingly composed of white voters. So the way to punch back against that is to make sure that we can out-communicate them and make sure both defend Janet Protasiewicz's record, but also to make sure that people know that all of this is a smokescreen for an agenda to criminally ban abortion and to destroy democracy so that the people who are paying for those ads can make more money and never be held accountable. That's what's going on in our state. And it's going to take people chipping in $5, $500, whatever people can chip in, tons of people chipping in to be able to out-communicate the other side. And then we need people to volunteer, to make phone calls and knock on doors. Wherever you are in the country, you can put in your time and effort to make sure that Democrats get out and actually cast their ballots. That's how we win.
And we know, by the way, that their playbook is to act early and often, and they did that in the Mandela Barnes race by trying to define him before he was able to define himself. They're doing the exact same thing right now. Ben, where can people go? How can they donate? How can they volunteer? People that are looking to help, what can they do?
Go to wisdems.org, WISDEMS.org. That's the Democratic Party of Wisconsin's website. We are 300% focused on making sure that Janet Protasiewicz beats Dan Kelly on April 4th. So if you go to wisdems.org, you can click and donate. You can sign up to volunteer. We will put you to work. We will put your dollars to work. We will stretch every penny because these elections can come down to a hair's breadth. I want to make sure I mention this. The last time we had a race like this was in 2019. It It was a state Supreme Court race where the internal polling on both sides suggested that the more progressive candidate was probably going to win. But a flood of Republican dark money came in at the end, and they wound up winning that election. The Republican candidate won that election by 5,962 votes. That's less than half of 1 percentage point, less than one vote per precinct across the state of Wisconsin. That is a microscopic margin. We cannot let that happen again, so we have to treat this race, no matter how good things might look, as though we're 100 votes behind, and if we put in that extra ounce of energy, we might be able to cross the finish line first.
And I would just also echo that sentiment and just say, we have the luxury here, for anybody watching, we have the luxury here of being able to consolidate all of our attention and focus and energy on this one race. We did it in 2022 with races all across the country, in the Senate, in the House. We did it in 2020 with the presidency and all these state legislatures. Right now, we get to focus all of our energy on this one race. Wisconsin is the tipping point state. It is always the most important state. So please, if you're able to donate or volunteer, if you're able to spread Ben's message to your friends and family, this race matters. This is the whole ball game here. Wisconsin is a state that we can absolutely win.
Since I
so
got these
Ben,
three
thank you so much
rains,
for taking the
I'm gonna
time,
save
and
the
best of
two
luck in
Vivid
these last few
voltage
weeks
for
here
another
until
day.
this election.
Thank you so much, Brian. I really appreciate it. And what you were just saying reminds me of the Georgia runoff after the 2020 presidential election.
These are
Do you remember we had 48 Senate votes? If we won the 2 Georgia runoff seats, we would get to 50, and we'd stop Republicans from being able to control the U.S. Senate. Everything that has happened since then happened. All the Inflation Reduction Act, the biggest climate change legislation ever, the infrastructure bill after bill, the confirmation of the first black woman to the U.S. Supreme Court, all of that was possible because as a whole country, we focused on Georgia winning the Georgia runoffs when nothing else was happening on the political calendar. This is the same thing, except this time it is not about the U.S. Senate, it is about the Electoral College in 2024. If we win this thing, Republicans cannot steal the 2024 election in Wisconsin, the state that determines the winner. So let's put it all on the line.
Well, subscribe to me on YouTube. Hi. Same name on Twitch, Fox Universe. Same on YouTube. How about some Nardwuar? I grew up with this guy. He's amazing. He was amazing on Much Music. Late at night and all that. Okay. Lost Origin. A miscut of the packaging. Okay. Yeah, once we get to the end of these packs, stream ends, so I'm stretching it out a bit. Okay, I'm going to save the codes in those 7 packs. Another code for the folks online. Snover or Snover. Chop. Another cute Pikachu. A Jinx. Litwick. Energy Seadra. Viper. Stun Fisk. Reverse Hollow Squavet. Hisuian. Goodra. Okay, Hollow. Not bad rares. Well, Yeah. Oops. Get over here. I don't know who's watching. Maybe it's a moderator. But
Serviette is one of, if not the most iconic interviewer of all time. From his high energy and gift giving to his classic catchphrases and signature sign-offs, Nardwuar is the most lovable interviewer I have ever seen. However, he wasn't always so loved by everyone, and ever since his career began in 1985, he actually faced a lot of hardship because of his unorthodox interview style. He also rarely ever talks about himself, so prior to his YouTube, it's pretty hard to dig up information on his early career. So join me today as we look into the ups and downs of the mysterious rise of Nardwuar. In 1968, John Ruskin, also known as Nardwuar, was born in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. His dad, Vernon Ruskin, was an engineer who wanted his son to follow in his footsteps, but Nardwuar took a bit more after his mother. Nardwuar's mom, Olga Ruskin, was a journalist in the 1950s, then she became a teacher, and then she got into television in the 70s and 80s. She even had her own show at one point. She really loved interviewing and journalism, and a lot of the time she wasn't even being paid. He says that his mom taught him that everyone has a story. He said he used to get teased for his mom being on TV and was embarrassed about it at the time, but now he thinks it's cool. He was actually bullied quite a bit in school, and he mentions it in some interviews and songs, and he says that kids would even throw matches at his hair. He grew up watching Soundproof, which was a punk video show that was very influential to him, and it would continue to influence him to this day. His first interview ever was in 1985 with Art Bergman and Poison after booking them to play at his school. In this interview, you can see how confident he is despite being teased by his classmates. The next year, he went to college at the University of British Columbia and eventually started volunteering at the campus radio station known as CITR. Bill Baker, a friend of mine, says, at that time he was just like a firecracker or spark plug or something. This unbridled energy that seemed totally unfocused but actually wasn't. The CITR program director was very skeptical that he'd be able to do a show, but after Nardwuar nagged him a million times, he finally let him have a show that was only 1 minute long. So Nardwuar would come on Friday afternoons for 1 minute. Getting him in there for that minute was easy, but getting him out after that minute was not so easy. So the show eventually progressed to be 5 minutes and then 15 minutes and so on. Although Nardwuar himself does say he can't quite remember how long his show was at first. That same year, he changed his name to Nardwuar because he thought it was a neat and silly word. He says, Human Serviette came out because the Cramps had human fly. When I was in the States with some clam chowder dripping down my chin, I asked for serviettes and they didn't know what the hell that was. They only knew napkins, so I became Nardwuar, the Human Serviette. The same year he became Nardwuar, he also formed his punk rock band, The Evaporators. I listened to a bit of their music and they actually have some decent songs. Nardwuar is the lead vocalist and keyboardist. Because of his mom's connections, he got a summer job working at Shaw Cable 10, but he didn't take it super seriously and was later reassigned to work at Soundproof, which to him was a dream come true because, like I said earlier, he grew up watching them and he was a big fan. When he began interviewing people, he would ask obscure questions, kind of like what soap they use, which was quite irregular, especially at that time. His reasoning behind this is because he says that it's the interviewer's job to make the interviewee interesting. And like we know, most interviews are all kind of the same, asking the same questions, and that's where Nardwuar comes in to change it up. He had been doing his interviews regularly on his college radio station and was known locally for his band and his radio show. He later graduated college with a bachelor's degree in history and continued interviewing on his CITR show, which he's actually stuck with to this day and still does every single Friday. He also released a good bit of music over the years and did shows with his band, and it seemed somewhat successful. There was also an Evaporators side project called The Goblins, where Nardwuar typically would perform wearing a sheet over his head. Nardwuar began doing video interviews rather than audio only in the early 90s. He would put together demo tapes and try to get his own show, sending them to MTV, The Letterman Show, and more. It was hard for Nardwuar to get on TV as many producers didn't like him, with one saying, "He's an irritating weirdo who will never be on this program." His unique approach to interviewing intimidated people that already had a formula that was working and they didn't want to change it up. On top of that, he was extremely enthusiastic, which isn't very normal in the music industry. A lot of people are all about being cool and they don't respect people that are super nerdy about music. For example, in a 1991 2001 interview with Sonic Youth, they're seen breaking a record that Nardwuar gifted them, which is actually one of the only times we've ever seen him angry on camera, and it's really sad to see that they were so disrespectful to him. It always sucks when artists do this to Nardwuar because he really seems like a genuine guy. It may seem weird to a lot of us, but he wasn't always as appreciated and loved as he is now. It was also difficult for him to get certain interviews or opportunities because he was so particular about his craft and it had to be his way. He continued working at CITR and doing interviews regularly, and he wouldn't interview just musicians. He was actually mostly known in the 90s for his unique interviews with public figures. He would do what is called a guerrilla interview at a press conference where he would go undercover pretending to be a normal interviewer. Then he would ask oddball questions, like in 1993 when he asked Mikhail Gorbachev, former leader of the Soviet Union, which world leader has the biggest pants.
The reporter from UBC CITR Radio who was wearing a suit threw an oddball question at Gorbachev.
Can I ask something? And I was also wondering, of all the political figures that Dr. Gorbachev has encountered, who has the largest pants?
Thank you very much. We'd like to call up now the
He was actually pretty notorious for this, to the point where security would look out for him, particularly at events. He put a ton of work into his interviews, staking out places for hours, chasing people down for an interview, being kicked out of events, and constantly being shot down. For example, in 1999, he interviewed James Brown, but it wasn't that simple. Nardwuar brought a friend who was a huge fan of James and brought a bunch of rare James Brown memorabilia. At first, James Brown's security told Nardwuar that he couldn't interview him, but Nardwuar gave him the memorabilia and said they were very serious, which eventually led to him getting the interview. James Brown actually found Nardwuar funny, so he accepted the interview. But unlike James Brown, not everyone has taken so kindly to his enthusiastic interviews. For example, in his 2003 interview with Blur, he was bullied by the band's drummer, who claims the only reason he was acting that way was because he was on coke. Shortly after his James Brown interview, Nardwuar got on the Much Music, a Canadian television station, and it opened many doors for him. For a little bit of reference, some people compare Much Music to America's MTV.
Nardwuar the Human Serviette. Doesn't sound like a normal name for a journalist, but then Nardwuar is no normal journalist. The Vancouver Voice is a legend of campus radio, a Much Music regular, and the lead singer of The Evaporators.
In 2000, Nardwuar interviewed Snoop Dogg, which is an important interview and one of his first ever rap interviews. Nardwuar says what he loves about rap music and rappers is their appreciation for history, especially in a lot of their samples. A lot of his gifts to rappers are records that they have sampled in their music. His reception from the rap community seems to have been a lot warmer than the rock community, and Nardwuar explains why he thinks that is in his interview with Canada Land.
So the publicist would say to them, hey, you got to interview this guy coming up. He's crazy, he's wacky, he's going to be mean, be wary. So they would be really on guard. Now imagine telling that same thing to like a rapper. Hey, the guy coming up, he's really scary, you have to be on guard. A lot of times the rappers are like, are you kidding? That wimp is going to be scary? So they realize that it's all like a sham anyways. I'm just having fun. So that's why the interviews have gone better, because when people kind of see me, they're like, the hell is this guy? Whereas other times, a lot of rock and rollers are just believing the publicists.
Throughout the 2000s, Nardwuar would continue his interviews, and he released his first ever video to YouTube in 2006, almost 20 years after starting his radio show. That interview was a Dan Quayle interview, who used to be the vice president under George H.W. Bush. Nardwuar says at the time he wasn't sure if it even hit 20 views. But Nardwuar continued with CITR and his YouTube channel, uploading tons of different interviews with many different artists and genres, but something changed after his 2008 NERD interview. He was pretty well known in Canada, but this interview is what opened up the rap world and honestly the rest of the world to Nardwuar, and it's also what scored him the Jay-Z interview. A lot of artists, especially in the hip-hop community, have grown up watching Nardwuar's interviews. Many artists view it as a sign that they have made it. For example, Jack Harlow said he had grown up on Nardwuar interviews and he's been wanting one for a long time. But despite how loved he is by the newer generation, he still faces hardship. He has a lot of issues with management. For example, he DM'd Billie Eilish for an interview and she was totally down since she also grew up on Nardwuar interviews, but he still had to go through her management, and he still faces those issues with artists like Snoop Dogg and Kendrick Lamar, even though he's interviewed both of them before. Even after all the years and all the success, still not everyone is a fan of Nardwuar. But what makes his interviews so special? Why do people either love or hate Nardwuar? Well, he has a ton of factors that in my opinion make his interviews so fun, unique, and entertaining. For example, his signature doo-doo-doo-doo comes from hockey game melodies because he didn't want an awkward and abrupt ending to his interviews, so he came up with a cool, unique way to sign off. His ba-boom comes from his Harvey Sid Fisher interview, where Harvey would tell jokes and Nard would go, ba-boom. The verses in all of his interview titles photos comes from back in the day when he was making tapes because they didn't have handy MP4s, and when he was writing the labels, it was shorter to write verses than interviews. His Keep on Rockin' in the Free World is a reference to the Neil Young song Rockin' in the Free World. Neil Young is still Nardwuar's dream interview to this day, as it has been for decades. When he's not giving gifs, sometimes he'll bring records as demonstrations for the artist to talk about, and he says the reason that he does this is because back when he worked at CITR, he would do interviews in the CITR record library, and he would take out the records and ask the artist for their opinion on it. Of course, there was the whole controversy of whether or not he takes back his gifts. Like he said, he gives gifts when he says it's a gift, but sometimes he'll show records so that the artist can comment on it. Another super unique factor is his crazy enthusiasm. When asked if he was playing a character or if it was an act, he responded, "I love information, I love stories." So it's pretty obvious that he really cares about what he's doing, and he's super passionate about it. Other friends and family of Nardwuar will tell you that he's not playing a character, but it's just kind of an exaggerated version of himself. And probably everyone's favorite part about Nardwuar interviews is his crazy research. As many of us know, artists have had super entertaining reactions to the information he brings up. Many people wonder how he gets all this information, but I'm personally theorizing that he just does a lot of thorough research, and he probably also just asks people very close to the people he interviews. The final thing I want to touch on is Nardwuar's crazy work ethic. Every time Nardwuar has been interviewed, he always talks about a few things about his craft, and he also covers it in his TED Talk, so I just want to briefly mention those things. First of all, he says if he's not scared, he's not doing it right. He says he thinks he should always be more scared and nervous about how little he knows because it'll make him want to know more. He's also pushing himself out of his comfort zone. The second thing is that he knows he's going to embarrass himself, but he embraces it. He's constantly said that if you're in the media, you're going to get embarrassed, and he knows that, so he takes it head on. And it's pretty obvious because he's been embarrassed a lot of times. The third thing he says is that the minute you think you know something, you should quit. He says he's still learning every day, and he's always learning something new, and that if he knew everything, there would be no point in doing what he's doing. It's super cool that Nardwuar just wants to keep learning more about music and about the artists that he interviews, and he's extremely passionate about it, and it really shines through. And the fourth and final thing that he says is that his purpose is to inspire people. He always says all the time in his interviews, and he even did a whole TED Talk on it, if he can do it, you can too. It's super inspiring, and it's really true because he put in so much work over the years, and it's very obvious. Just from researching for this video, I've seen so many instances in which Nardwuar was shot down, or he was bullied, or he was hated on, and no one took him seriously or respected him. And after over 30 years of hard work and interviewing people, he's finally at a place where he's pretty respected. Nardwuar's career is extremely inspiring, and the more you look into it, you can see just how hard he persisted and worked. Despite all the hate that he received, he continued to persevere. His character is so friendly and funny, and his interviews are so extremely unique and impressive, it's hard to believe that anyone wouldn't like him. Nardwuar, if you're watching this, we all love you. Keep on rocking in the free world, and
Nardwuar grew up with him. He was awesome on Much Music. Ooh, let's switch straight to... Oh, it's on my watch later playlist. Okay. Might play that one. Some more... Now, on to the Humanist Report. I'm going to start opening up Fusion Strike, my favorite set. They're hard to pull from, but still my favorite set.
So if you know, nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me, according to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, you know, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the f*** away.
Oh my God.
So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, you know, I have a very low black...
I can't watch this. This is nuts. Well, I can, but don't want to chance it. Anime old heads.
guys ever watched anime and wondered to yourself how these old retirement village, social security check getting,
really,
bad
really good.
hip, receding hairline, nasty dress, walking with a cane dudes could possibly be this strong? If you answer anything other than yes, then you're capping. You must be working for Lids. Because throughout all of my time watching anime, I have always wondered how these old ass dudes could possibly be putting their hands on these whippersnappers like this. Well, they be talking to them old dudes like this. I'm tired of getting my ass beat, granddad. Wore ass too damn bad. These are the overpowered old heads in anime, and why they must be stopped. First up on the list, we have to talk about the biggest pervert in all of anime history. Right next to Jiraiya, of course. My man, Master Roshi.
I think I
now
might
you're probably
swap out
wondering,
this
yo, Sin, how you gonna put Master Roshi on here and not put
stream
Jiraiya on here? I mean, my man Jiraiya held it down. He did his thing against the Pains, but he still got jumped and he went outside. Bro was writing notes on the back of that toad back talking about, yo, Naruto.
Ninetales uncommon. Ninetales used to be a rare back in the day.
And I mean, I can't blame him, yo. He did get jumped, but he got kind of dirty a little bit. I'm just saying. And even though my man Master Roshi be getting them hands put on him here and there, you gotta correlate it to the power scaling in Dragon Ball Z. Because the characters that he be fighting against be out of goddamn pocket sometimes. But we gotta specifically talk about the time that my man Master Roshi fought in the World Tournament against Tien. Now at the time, for my Dragon Ball OG fans, Tien was out of pocket. I mean, this big ass Cyclops was putting hands, feet, knees, all types of shit on people. It's kind of crazy, but before Toriyama decided to have Tien and Yamcha be straight bums in Dragon Ball Z, it was actually some of the best foes that we had in OG Dragon Ball. My man Tien was out here in the green bean pants going crazy, but him and Master Roshi's fight was so funny, yo. What's up, little Nick? Hold on, let me take this motherfucking jacket off, cause I'm about to put these old ass hands on you like this. Oh shit, cuz, what the hell? This nigga got 6 arms? Oh, this nigga turned into Goro or something. What the fuck? Hey, somebody get this stupid ass coat off of me. Hey, Boma, shut the fuck up, cuz. I'm about to beat the shit out of you, old ass dude. What the fuck is this nigga doing? Oh, you trying to copy my stuff? Boy, you too slow for that. Yeah, little nigga.
There's the code, folks.
And this. Damn, boy, he kicked that nigga in his face. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, he kicked the shit out of him, but he ate that though. Damn, what you mean he ate it? Man, just look, he about to land right on his feet. Man, I'm on your ass, cuz. Bitch, bitch. Oh, this nigga me and my goddamn chin and shit. Fake ass. I'm about to poke you in your third eye with your weird ass. Get your
hands here.
Get your hands on me, nigga. Yo, what a nigga doing? Cartwheel? What the fuck?
For uncommons, bug catcher. Using strike energy.
Damn, this nigga's rocking my shit right now.
Fertinator, okay.
Rocking my shit.
Now on to the rares. Allison, okay. Base form.
My body, yo. Damn,
Zero.
Son. Yo, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all saw my man Master Roshi in there fighting with the best of them? Man, he was in there going toe-to-toe with one of the best adversaries that Dragon Ball had to offer at the time. Not only that, y'all remember when my man blew the moon up? Boy, that Uzaru was mad as hell. Damn, I only had one option. I gotta blow this moon up, cuz. Kame. Hey, Nick. Hey, what you doing? Why you powering that shit up? Kame.
Master Roshi is like ancient.
Hey, don't you shoot that moon, you old ass nigga. I swear to fucking God, don't you do it. Man. Yo, this old ass nigga. If you shoot that moon, I'm gonna take your disability check away. Damn, nigga, don't take my disability check, my fault, cuz. Damn, this nigga really blowing the moon up. That shit crazy. Oh, that's the moon we are achieving. Man, and just like that, we got our first entry on the list. Hey, shout out to my man Master Roshi. But next up, we gotta talk about
I don't know this Pokemon's
that y'all
name.
probably are gonna be like,
so
what the fuck? Why you put this old ass dude on the list with that trash ass anime? And I know y'all probably don't respect the animation in that shit. I'm gonna be real with y'all, cause that shit was kind of mid. That shit was trash. I'm gonna be real. Cause why Record of Ragnarok make a PowerPoint? If I wanted a PowerPoint, I would have joined the biology class in high
half
school
of
or
that
something.
anime
But we
was
gotta
like
talk about my man Zeus from Record of Ragnarok, y'all. Cause this man is out of pocket.
Anime.
I'm just saying. First and foremost, can we talk about how swole this
Some
dude
moves
is?
was really
Hey, yo,
good.
editor, hold on. Zoom out on that man body real quick. Cause why the fuck is he built like that? This man on all types of PEDs. Him and Bane got the same regimen. I'm just saying. But the way that Zeus was talking to Adam had me weak as hell. I mean, Adam and Zeus are both strong, but Zeus was just talking so spicy to this nigga. I'm about to beat your ass, bitch. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it's hard to look at this shit. Like, why do they do the animation like this? This slideshow ass anime? These niggas not even fighting for real. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I want to talk more about this fight, but that shit's so goddamn trash, I would have to explain the manga. And it's been a while since I read it. But all I'm gonna say is, that man Zeus out of pocket and he's swole. I wasn't gonna put Zeus on the list at all, y'all. But then I got to thinking about Record of Ragnarok's trash ass animation. And I said, yo, I gotta talk about it. Cause I keep seeing people comment all the time. Yo, shit, do Record of Ragnarok. Do a Record of Ragnarok video. Oh, what anime, cuz? Cause that shit trash. They made that shit in MS Paint. I'm just saying. That shit was garbage. I don't know what I hate more. This or Seven Deadly Sins season. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Seven Deadly Sins season 3 is trash. That shit way worse. Next up on the list, we gotta jump into my Togashi bag. Now, I was gonna talk about how cold Genkai was, but I ain't gonna lie. After Togashi decided to have her die and then come back, that shit had me tight. I ain't even gonna talk about Genkai today. But who I am gonna talk about is another GOAT. Another old GOAT, that is. My man, Netero. Jesus Christ, this is one of the coldest, meanest, most flyest old niggas I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Let me explain this whole backstory real quick. So this man, Netero, decided one day that he wanted to do 10,000 punches of gratitude a day. I know y'all are probably sitting there thinking, yo, Sin, 10,000 punches? I can barely count past 20. Man, y'all niggas need to go back to school, y'all. I'm just saying. But yo, this man was really throwing 10,000 punches a day. Now, of course, it started off with him taking the entirety of the day to do it, and he was exhausted after. But bro, by the time he finished his training, this man could throw 10,000 punches in under an hour. Let me do the math real quick, because that shit got me fucked up. Let me bring this calculator up first and foremost, because you know your boy Sin ain't doing no math. 10,000 divided by 60 minutes. Oh, this man was throwing 166 punches per minute. All right, so we got 166 punches per minute. You know what I'm saying? That we got 60 seconds. Oh, this man was throwing 2.7 punches a second. Oh yeah, nah, this man is out of fucking pocket. But what I really want to talk about is Netero versus Marion. Because even though my man Marion was kind of superior in every facet, my man Netero did his goddamn thing. And he ended up winning in the end anyway. I mean, he had to sacrifice himself, y'all. Bro turned himself to a ninja, but he got the job done. First and foremost, my man Netero came in fly as hell on the dragon. Now I know that was the Zodix and all that, but nobody cares about that right now. We gotta talk about how my man Netero was looking fly on that golden dragon. Him and Marion just on that bitch hanging. And then both them dudes gonna just drop into the battlefield like that. Oh yeah, you knew this fight was gonna be cold.
That was a very sick fight, bro.
Ready to get these fucking hands? Am I ready to get these hands? Do you know who you're talking to? Yeah, a fake ass cell, little nigga. A fake cell. You know I'm gonna beat the powdered milk off your
fake
old
cell.
ass, right? Man, you gonna have to show me, bitch ass nigga. Yo, this right here, this is what I like to call the hunted type. Yan Yin, stupid ass name nobody can pronounce. You ready for this? Bitch!
Snuggle up. Geo, dude.
No, I hit that nigga.
Sizzle
the way too slow. Oh, hold the fuck up. I noticed. And I just sit down pretzel style. About to slap the shit out of this nigga, guys. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, what the fuck is coming out of there? Oh, his name is nasty. I told you couldn't fuck with me, old nigga. I'm just sitting here learning your attacks.
Another one of these.
Nothing special about him. Now, at this point, the fight started getting mad hectic. I'm not gonna hold you. The way that this man Netero was trying and trying and trying, it was something of a valiant effort. And I gotta at least give him some respect for that. But bro, for the first time, your old ass could not keep up with the new generation. Cause this fake ass cell, well, I mean, that's what you called him, was putting them goddamn hands on you. Bro, you was throwing all types of 100-style punches at this nigga. I mean, Mariam try to jump, swing. Mariam try to weave, swing. Mariam go to attack, swing. And even though you were doing all of that nigga still found time to cut your whole leg off. But bro, this man Netero was so cold, bro. He closed his own leg up. Oh, this nigga is out of pocket. This man just make a tourniquet out of his tight ass leg muscles. Bro flexing so hard that blood not coming out of that shit. Yo, we gotta give respect where respect is due at. And this man Netero is a savage. Definitely in the top 5 in the show. I mean, I heard of some heavy heavy hitters in the market, y'all. But at least in the show, I know my man Netero is good to go. Yo, next up, we got another savage hitter, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, I call him a savage hitter because he got them hands, but also because the person that he was fighting in this clip, man, they jumped the shit out of this nigga. I'm not gonna lie. Him, his brother, and Genos. We're here to talk about Silver Fang. But first and foremost, this man is in his goddamn 80s. Can we please respect his physique for a minute? Because what kind of workout routine are you on, my boy? Anyways, the first part of this fight against Garo, this man was cooking Geno. But I knew that was going to happen anyway, because that man Geno was one of the most trash characters in anime. All this nigga do is lose. But you know, it is what it is. Oh my God, is this nigga Garo got pink eye? Damn! They is on this man ass right now. And I told you to stop fucking playing with me. Damn, yo, he need the fuck out of him in this shit. Bitch. Damn, cuz, where's my stomach, cuz? What the fuck? I told you stop fucking playing with me. Bitch. Oh my God. Oh, his brother here. Bitch. Damn. Oh, they jumping the shit out this nigga. Hey, fight back.
There he is.
Oh, this man Garo getting beat up like he joining the Crips. I'm just saying. Oh shit, y'all. They doing that crushing water. Oh my God. Bro, they beat this man Garo's ass so crazy that he started having flashbacks. I was having a whole memory of his childhood. Well, they beat this nigga to a 10-year-old. If it wasn't for the villain showing up and taking him away, they would have killed Garo out here. Had this man tattered, bruised, destroyed. Man had pink eye, like somebody farted in his eye or something. Yo, what the fuck? What that man lay down on the shit pillow? I'm just saying. Yo, next up on the list, yo, we gotta talk about Yamamoto from Bleach. Oh my God, Ryushin Shaka. I ain't gonna lie, that shit sound mad dope. I just wanted to say that shit. Yo, this man Yamamoto was out of pocket and one of the most OP characters in Bleach. This old ass nigga has been collecting social security checks since way before anybody was born on Earth. This man is a soul reaper, a Shinigami, a what is it called? Like a death reaper, so whatever, man. This man old as shit. But I gotta talk about how he turned up on this man Yawak. But first, I gotta talk about how he was this man Aizen's biggest problem. Yo, this man Aizen knew that Yamamoto was such a problem. He created wonder ways to seal his Zanpakuto. He was like, oh nah, this man cannot power up out here, son. The best thing you can do, old man, is sit down, eat some Jello, and drink this prune juice. I do not need you with no Zanpakuto, I'm just saying. And he still folded Wonder Wipes. That's how you know that nigga to go. Wonder Wipes was looking at him like, I'm in danger. But yo, I ain't gonna hold you. Yamamoto versus Yawak? Sheesh. This was a fight for the ages. I'm just saying. Now, I'm not gonna lie, my man was pissed off because his best friend got murdered. So you know he was out for blood. You know I'ma kill you, right, bitch ass nigga? Son, I've been waiting all my fucking life for this, son. I'm about to beat the brakes off your old ass, bitch.
The manga for this is amazing.
Off your head.
Took forever for this
looking
to
like
catch up to this
Montel
point.
Williams and shit. Nigga, I ain't black.
The newest Bleach.
Yo, son,
Not a
it's getting kind of hot in
disappointment
here,
with
son.
the
Can you turn the air
animation.
conditioner on?
It's amazing
No
shit.
air conditioner, bitch ass. God, come here, bitch. Oh shit. Oh, they going at it right now. Yo, look at this choreography, y'all. These niggas was having a real sword fight on some Zoro shit. Damn, this nigga got a cutlass. Hey, yo, that sword big as hell. Y'all notice that this man Yawak got the mustache of dudes that do not like black people? I'm just saying. I was gonna bring up a religion and how I feel like these men are neo-Nazis, but I don't want to step on no eggshells. I'm just saying. But correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong. Are they inspired to be people from like Germany in that whole Nazi era? Because they be moving militant like that. Bro, this man Yamamoto was so overpowered. He's got 4 different Bankais at one. Each direction does something different. One is just super hot. This man's sword turns into something that touches stuff and it disintegrates. Another brings back all the dead that he has killed before and they fight as an army. Oh, this nigga Alucard or something. I'm just saying. One of them turns this nigga into a damn furnace. I mean, this man was out here looking like Infernape and shit. All I'm saying is like Kainu don't got shit on my man Yamamoto because he too goddamn hot, son. Hey, yo, editor Q. Everything litty, I love when it's hot. But they did my man Yamamoto so dirty in this arc, bro. Because the whole time he was fighting this dude, he found out at the end it wasn't even the real Yawa. He was fighting for no reason. Used up his Bankai and all his energy just to get folded by the real one. Why did y'all do my nigga like that? Y'all could at least did it like Jiraiya, had him go out with some pride, some dignity. Had this man getting smoked by a fake version. Speaking of getting smoked, the last person on our list is definitely dead. They got packed up by Blackbeard and their whole crew. Oh yes, it is Edward Newgate.
Best freaking
This nigga
One Piece
Whitebeard
arc
pulled up to
ever.
Marineford on a boat called the Moby
I've
Dick.
rewatched this arc like 8 times already.
I'm not gonna
It's
lie
really,
though, he
really
pulled up to
good.
Marineford mad deep for Ace. Bro made a whole tidal wave that Aokiji had to stop. Oh, this man is out of pocket. Nobody here could stop this man Whitebeard. On top of this man being big as shit, looking like Incredible Hulk when he on half chub, he also be having grown men calling him dad. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. In the middle of Marineford, there was this old ass nigga that betrayed him. I ain't gonna lie, he stabbed him in the back or some shit. I forgot bro's name, but he is 55 years old hugging this grown ass man calling him Pops. Oh yeah, that man Whitebeard is him. There ain't no doubt in my mind about that. He had
Whitebeard
everybody
is the
at
GOAT.
Marineford trembling. Bro pulled up, everybody looking like, oh, shit, is that Whitebeard? Hell yeah, that is him. I know cause it's goddamn shit. Yo, pause, how you know cause it's shit? Yo, I ain't even mean it like that. But yeah, facts, pause. But yo, I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared as shit. Cause you know they gonna make the low ranks go first. Man, we shit out of luck. Hey, you trying to dip off? Facts. And I ain't gonna lie, that's how that one soldier ended up getting smoked by Akainu. Bro tried to jump shit. That's the kind of fear that this man Whitebeard instilled in people around him. Not only that, he has a quake fruit. This man can earthquake reality. There ain't even nothing there. He cracking airwaves and shit, breaking the sound barrier and stuff. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all, they did my man Yamamoto dirty. I feel like they do all the old broken people dirty as hell. Because they had my man Marshall D. Shiesty. Oh man, I ain't talked about you in a minute, Blackbeard. How you doing? I'm good, nigga. Oh, all right. Anyways, they had him and a whole firing squad smoke this man Whitebeard. They put 38 rounds in him, 18 holes in his back. That's a golf game. Y'all, I'm just saying. God damn. But moral of the story, y'all, these old need to be stopped. They overpowered in every story and they be punishing the little dudes, making them look bad and shit. Specifically in a few shows, that being One Piece. This man Oda admitted he likes to overpower old guys. You got Garp, Silvers, Rayleigh, Rocks lurking somewhere, Whitebeard before he got smoked. And now, shit, some of the Yonkos starting to get a little old. But you know what's older than that? Lamer than that? Watching this whole video and not leaving a like, comment, and subscribing. Hey, do that or you're a bitch. Shit, my fault, Sean. Hey, you want to be a really cool person and watch another video of mine so I don't, become homeless? Yo, click this video right here. No, seriously, click it.
Just organizing my Pokemon that I have here. All right. Best the people of Dying Inside so far of 2022. Let's watch that while I open up the last packs of Chilling Reign. After those, I'm going to call it a night. It's been good. Hopefully I get a good pull. Here's the code. Okay. Swirlix, Sneasel, Snover. Get off me.
I had one between.
It's called timing your jump.
Blitzel, Ghastly, Energy, Lyron, Welcoming Lantern as an uncommon, Drizzile as another uncommon, Gallade. Okay. A Rillaboom. Whoa. Oh, that's dirty.
Everybody, I'm Stephanie Quayle.
Here's the code.
Hey everybody, I'm Stephanie Quayle. Hey everybody, now is he pooping? Yeah. Okay, great. Hey, I'm Stephanie Quayle. Hey, I'm Stephanie Quayle, born and raised.
Farfetch'd,
Hey everybody.
Lapras, Blitzel, Aeron, Deerling,
A wine lover's worst nightmare.
Steenie as an uncommon, Crushing Gloves as an uncommon, Korea uncommon, Lyron, Reverse Hollow, Tapu Fini. Okay, that was hollow rare. Poor guard. Got a shit stolen. Aw.
Liam, what the heck are you doing, man?
That's foul.
You know what? In life, don't cover the charge by. Whoa! Don't charge the cover. Charge the hook. Aye, man. Don't hook the cover. Hook. Aye. Don't whatever. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
These feel thick.
My man.
Splat, okay. Bound Sweet. Furfrou. Diglett. Lavesta. Inkay. Energy. For uncommon Path to the Peak. Hatchram. A third one of these, this guy. Zebstrika. Oh! Secret rare Rainbow Doctor. Oh! Okay.
Thank you for opening the door.
textured yet secret rare rainbow doctor.
Thank you.
If the fish tank falls.
That was cool out of chilling rain. So I got some good pulls tonight. You know what? I'll do a couple of attacks. Give me a moment. Let me grab some more.
So much teenage angst at this table.
Angela's pregnant.
Are you really?
Yes.
Are you really? Is she really? Are you
He doesn't know.
Oh, oh my God. Wait, are you really?
Yes. I am 8 weeks and 4 days today.
This guy's not happy about
Really? Is your life really that boring that you have nothing better to do? How old are you? 3, obviously. Go get a job or something.
Two more chilling rain, I'll open it, and that's it for tonight. Ooh, that guy's bigger than open up.
Mimi, what are you doing? Alright, Simsla.
Anyone seen any parachutes around? Oh, there they are, forget it. Uh-oh, just enough for me and the co-pilot. Sit back and relax, everyone.
Sir,
yeah.
Do you have any extra food?
I don't, sorry.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. Here you go.
I'm good, so.
You don't have any extra food though.
Well.
That is good, Doug.
That's one in.
It might. It might.
Come on, come on.
There's no chance.
Got my oil change today.
Today?
Yeah.
That you don't have to do that for another month. You're not due for another month.
How do you know that?
Because I took your car last time.
Why is it $500?
Jeez, hilarious.
500?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
Is that not right?
$500.
Yeah.
You just got your oil change?
Yeah.
Where? Do you have a receipt?
No. Total spent $1,000 because they had me do like the premium air for my tires.
Premium air?
Yeah. Okay.
Premium
did I get
air?
ripped off? Did I get ripped off or something?
Premium air.
Yeah.
Oh, poor kitty. It's stuck now. Aw, poor guy. He wanted to eat his ice.
What are you doing? You don't even have any hair.
He won't move.
Okay, there's the coop code.
Okay, here, baby, can you film this?
I wonder if this is the one that's. Look at his mouth. He's like doing stuff.
Whitney, you are not helping the situation. Okay.
What was that?
He just spit on her.
Yum.
Please get the wipes. Where are the wipes?
Bound Sweet. Snow Run. I'm looking up because my extra monitor's up here. Yeah, mask. Coughing. Galarian. Slowpoke. Acute. Energy. Uncommon is single strikes. Scroll. Of piercing.
And now,
Echoing Horn. Karen's Conviction. Or other uncommon. Sarina. And Slurp.
will the WHO consider Taiwan's membership? Hello?
I couldn't hear your question.
Okay, yeah. Let me repeat the question.
No, that's okay. Let's move to another one then.
Right, because I'm actually curious on talking about Taiwan as well, on Taiwan's case.
One of the worst interviews ever. Who is World Health Organization so corrupt? Here's your code. 3, 4, 5, 6. Put it here. Cool fish.
Hello, this is an automated call from the NHS Health Service. Your sexually transmitted infection tests results are the following: chlamydia, positive; gonorrhea, positive; genital herpes, positive.
There cross. Cast for. Oh, that is cute.
Bro, Mr. Phone great, man.
Yeah.
Feel.
Bro, why do you laugh like that, bro? I don't know, bro.
Okay, crushing
bro, y'all got
love.
some weird ass laughs, bro.
Honey.
Why is you laughing so much?
Aaron. Zangus. Okay.
Lord.
Every child can respond. It's not. It is not that hard.
You need some help?
Yeah, I just told you. I mean,
I'm not going to get you Dr. Pepper.
Okay, well, then don't ask if you can help me if you're not going to help me. I mean, if you're not going to be genuine, then don't talk to me at all.
I don't do slave work. Sorry, I'm not going to go get you a Dr. Pepper.
Okay, well, you're a public servant. I thought it might be reasonable to ask. I mean, you're the one who asked me if you could help me, though.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, if you don't want to help me, then don't ask. That's fine.
Well, this is something I can do for you as a police officer, not as a...
Yeah, is there a gas station down the road? Here, I'll give you a little extra. You can get yourself a drink too.
Really?
Yeah. Grab yourself a drink too. You like Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, but I don't need them. I'm too fat as it is. Look at me. Okay. No, don't be trying to give me money on that. I'm not
Okay.
gonna go pick you up a Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
I would do this screw thing as a joke, but I'll get evicted from my own.
What's going on?
All right, for
Oh, wow.
polls
I
from
do
today.
not want to be in the same school as you.
Potato.
I thought that was a donut.
Potato. It's a little potato.
Oh, potato.
Ouch. Okay.
Itu ada bil na.
Na dinawi ang nandira.
Okay, so you're at a party, and I'm a random girl. I'm not your girlfriend, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
So,
these
yeah.
were good polls.
Ready?
Okay.
Hey.
Hi.
Secret rare,
Who did
hol-
that?
rainbow.
All right, I'm not your girlfriend.
Oh,
Not.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
This was
random
also
girl.
Okay. I got 'em
alternate
ready.
art,
Yeah.
or no, Trainer Gallery #1.
Hi, how you doing?
What
Here
the
I
hell,
am.
Justin?
What? You
Redo
just
it.
You just
redo
said
it.
hi.
Redo it.
I can't say hi. Okay.
All right. One more time. I'm a random girl, not your girlfriend.
You said that already. I got it.
Not.
Okay.
I'm not there.
I got it. I have a girlfriend now.
Are you freaking kidding me, Justin? What the?
And on that note, I am ending the stream. It has been fun. Thank you very much. I'll be streaming again hopefully tomorrow or later on in this week. I'm going to try to stagger my streams for Saturday and Sunday. I'll definitely stream on them again and pepper it through the weekdays. All right. Follow. Thanks for streaming. Well, sticking around. Subscribe. Tip, whatever. Follow me on YouTube. Peace.